Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we've come to the Great Flatload to answer your questions. So hello everybody, this is your video today. You've constructed this video for us with your questions. So thank you very much, we'll do our best to answer everyone.
So this is South Wheal Frances, World Mining Heritage Site near Campbell.
So we've come here, this is a video all about you where you take the platform and we answer some of your questions.
They're amazing, fantastic.
We've come up here today. It was actually suggested in the comments section. It's part of the Great Flatload. The Great Flatload was a mineral bearing lode underground, and there was loads and loads of mining activity here in the 19th century. And these are some of the buildings that have been left behind. So what exactly has brought us to this spot in Cornwall?
Our subscribers, Sarah, we asked for some questions for a Q&A video, and Dave Stagg got in touch with us and he said, I was wondering if you have done the Great Flatload, as it was my stamping ground many years ago.
So here we are. It's extraordinary, isn't it? This building is vast. It's the old boiler house that used to power the engines for the mine. So we're having a little look around today, aren't we? A bit of a recce. Do you think we'll come back here later in the year and do a proper
I think
video?
we should. There's so much up here, isn't it? It's fantastic.
I think we might need to do a bit of research though, don't you?
A little bit.
Go on then.
Oh, okay. I got a question, Sarah.
What's that?
Pete the Pasty.
Hello, Pete the Pasty. I'm saying hello to a pasty.
Pete the Pasty on Instagram. Fantastic. Pete the Pasty says, what does Andrew think about all these snazzy new pasty fillings coming out? Is he a traditional or an alternative man?
Over to you on that one.
What do you think?
Beef all the way.
I'm Mr. Traditional. Not one for these snazzy newfangled things. Keep it nice and simple, please. Nice with a steak, pasty, anthem. Proper job. Down with all the new stuff.
Another question we had was from Corolla in Paris. Hello Corolla, and she asked us how far we actually go to film our walks, and that can vary, can't it? Depends on the roads, depends on the time of year.
Well, Cornwall's about 80 miles long, I suppose?
Yeah, so we've kind of committed to do the whole of Cornwall, and it's wide as well in some parts, down to the Roselands, so it can be anything up to an hour and a half drive.
We get around.
We do! It's great! Fire away, cowboy, what's next?
Cowboy, brilliant. So Nick Hall says, which area has taken you most by surprise?
Rain Peninsula, absolutely amazingly beautiful. Really enjoyed our trip up there. What about you?
Fantastic. I think sort of Porthgwar area for me, right down west.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful down there, stunning.
Two ends of the county, but still totally beautiful.
Yeah.
The other thing we get comments about is our pixie cam when we put the camera down on the floor. So here's a pixie mix of all the best bits of pixie cam. Good boy, come here, come here, come here. Good boy, turn around. Come on, turn around. Yeah.
Ever work with animals or children?
So cold today, that wind. It's 5 degrees, which, okay, it's not really that cold, but it's the wind. The wind is a northerly and it's so cold. So hi, Debbie46 asked us if we can get printed routes of our walks. So our homemade walks, yes you can. Nip over to Patreon, it's all explained over there. The other ones obviously are in books on Publish anyway, so you might have to just go and buy the book. So we've got several now from Pete the Pasty. Can you read and walk at the same time, or do we need to stop?
Pete the Pasty's a very clever pasty. Pete the Pasty says, what is your favourite beach in Cornwall?
That changes actually, depending on the season. So I don't like going to the beaches in the height of summer when it's really, really busy. So a good example for me would be, I wouldn't touch Porthcurno in the summer, but in the winter I'd be there every day.
Yeah, we're not ones to sit on a beach in the summer, are we? But
No.
Exploring on our walks and taking in the beaches in the wintertime, superb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favourite beach in Cornwall is Polyjoke Beach.
Oh
which
yeah.
is towards the Niki area.
Yes, I know what you mean. That up near Holywell.
Crantock way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why. Beautiful beach.
And in the summer, there's a field, or a number of fields up there, aren't they? Completely covered in poppies.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite walk?
That, again, it's like the beaches, isn't it? It changes, because some of my favourite walks can be really muddy in winter, so then we walk other places. But I think having done the channel, one of my favourite walks was Boscastle, to get up there. I've always wanted to go to Boscastle, never been there, and it was a real treat, and there was so much history up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really enjoyed like Polperro area.
Yeah.
Walk from Polperro out to Talon Bay area. It's really nice, isn't it, along there? Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful scenery. So it does change. Standout one for me with the channel is Boscastle.
Here's Sarah.
Oh, there he is.
Question for you. Do you get recognised a lot by your fans?
No, we don't actually, do we?
No, it's been, well, probably like 3, maybe 4 times we've been,
Yeah.
sort of, people come up to us and say, hey, you're the people on YouTube, you're the mad people who go out and film and stuff, we're on YouTube.
So if you do see us out and about, just say hello.
We are friendly, really. I got a question from Steve in Malta, Englishman in Malta. He's got a YouTube channel, check him out. Steve says, where does Andrew get his jokes from? Christmas crackers. How many pasties does Andrew eat in a week? Probably about 1 a week, I would say.
Yeah, a bit of fattening.
Yeah. Have you always lived in Cornwall? Yes.
Yes.
What was the scariest moment on video?
That was earlier this year when we went over to Ramehead. I actually got really scared because the wind was so strong and we had this narrow spit of land. I don't like it. Cover that in more detail in the video and review, don't we? Year in review video.
Storm Gareth.
Yeah, terrifying.
Blowing hooly, wasn't it? Alright. Tina Louise reads books. She says, have you always liked to go walking? Yes.
Easy one, that one. Good one. So have you got any more questions there?
Well, yeah, Book Princess said, did you find a walk disappointing and decide not to show it on the channel?
Yeah, we did actually, didn't we? We went all the way up to Lou, parked up, had quite an old book with us, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we did try to follow the instructions.
It's through the woods, wasn't it?
Yeah, up through, I don't know how you pronounce it, is it Kilmarnock Woods, is it?
I think it
like
was,
that?
yeah.
Anyway, we got into this field, it was so difficult to walk through.
We got completely lost.
Yeah.
Well, it's Cornish Walking Trails first. A fail.
Couldn't find the entrance out, so yeah, we didn't bother even trying to put that one together and showing it on the channel, did we?
No, so we had a change of heart and went around Lou itself, and we had a great day in the end, didn't we?
And that's a really nice video. Next!
Nick Hall, thank you Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Says, as you're both Cornish,
Yeah.
I wondered whether creating your channel has given you the opportunity to discover areas of your county which you didn't really know?
Yes, totally. I would have said before we did the channel, we did take excursions around Cornwall and we did explore a little bit. But now that we've got the channel and we want to give you a weekly walk,
Yeah.
we make much more effort, and we've been to nearly every corner of Cornwall, with the exception of the Bude area.
Bude is one place we haven't really been to yet. Well, we haven't been, have we?
No, I've never been to Bude.
The Rame area.
Oh, I've never been
Peninsula.
there until this year.
No, that was
Brilliant.
fabulous, wasn't it? Yeah. and there's lots of places north Cornwall we hadn't been to before.
No, so I've really found that to be a benefit of doing this channel and thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is a question that's come through from Book Princess asking why we set up the channel. Well, there was a kind of influence from our son on that front, which we covered in more detail in last year's year in review. But the reason we've always been walking, which links back to another question that we've had, I've in the past suffered from back pain and stuff like that, and it was always everybody went to see, always the same message: strengthen your back muscles. Now, I'm not really one for swimming and cycling and stuff like that, although I enjoy it. There's always so much rigmarole around it that I find I get bored with it. We've got the dogs, we've got to walk them, so walking became my way of strengthening my back, and it's worked. I'm a lot fitter, I'm a lot lighter, I used to be heavier. So yeah, from that point of view, it has health benefits. Not even to touch on the mental health side of things. It makes you feel so much better just being out and about. I'm really enjoying this little kind of, it's a weird video to do, isn't it? Because we're kind of exploring a new area and trying to concentrate on the questions, but I keep getting distracted by things around us and the mud. Andrew, I think we've got an impassable puddle.
A bit wet, isn't it?
Oh, very good. Some mud walking there, Andrew. Ah, that looks squidgy. Hey, that wasn't too bad.
Nailed it, well done.
Not even muddy. South Wheal Frances, Pasco shaft winding engine house, built in 1879.
Boo.
I'm so scared. Can you pep it up a bit?
Boo!
Oh, you the dog! Come to mummy. Oh, he's alright. So we did have a question about what we do as jobs. What do you do for a job, Andrew?
As little as possible.
Andrew works full time, I work 4 days a week, and we fit the channel in around that. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I tend to go out filming on a Friday.
Yeah, Friday and occasionally Sundays, isn't it?
Depends on the weather. We've been really stumped over the last 6 weeks or so though. It's been really rotten, hasn't it, on our days off?
Yeah.
Bit of a challenge to put some videos out. Now going forward in the new year, we have got 1 or 2 that we've already filmed, so they might look a bit strange because they were filmed in the autumn, so they're not of the moment, but they're still good videos.
I look so much younger in them. I got another question, Sarah.
Oh no.
Is there a walk you've done and you've filmed, but you think you'd like to go back and do it again at a different time of the year?
Yeah, Damer Bay. I'd like to do it the other way round actually. Sometimes we do these walks and I find myself looking over my shoulder all the time. I think it's such an easy walk. You could do this in reverse without too many instructions. I think I might try that one day. What about for you?
Luxillian Valley.
Oh, okay. What time of year would you like to do that then?
Probably autumn time.
Yeah, that'd be good because then the trees would have so much colour in them, wouldn't there? And there might be some water actually coming off that shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, we went early summer, didn't we, when we did it last time? And you couldn't see much, could you?
No. Yeah, so autumn, winter time might be a good one. We'll have to muse about that.
I was filming a little horse.
That's not funny.
I'm feeling better now, though.
You said you were filming a little horse. You got your joke wrong. Okay.
Oh yeah, should I do it again? Hang on. I was filming a little horse.
You said it again. Feeling a little horse.
I was filming feeling a little... That doesn't sound right. That sounds weird.
Horse has moved out of shot now anyway. We have a bit of fun doing this channel. I think that's why we do it. Some really fascinating structures left here by the mining industry. This is the miners' dry, literally, where the miners came up from underground, showered and dried themselves.
It's big, isn't it?
It is a vast space actually. Huge. So in 2019, partly in response to comments about where do we stay in Cornwall, we decided that it might be nice for us to try and answer that question by staying in accommodation ourselves. We've tried to mix it up a bit. We've stayed in B&B, we've stayed in a pub, we've stayed in a hotel.
We
Hello.
stayed in a glamping pod.
Oh, that was amazing, absolutely fantastic. And a big thank you to Jean at the glamping pod and to Jackie at Trethall Barns, a self-catering cottage near Liscard. Both of those were gifted to us this year.
And they were both fantastic accommodation and great places to stay in Cornwall. Yeah, just stay in Cornwall, base ourselves maybe in Redroof somewhere.
Yes.
And we can go back out to St Agnes again because that coastline out there is fantastic. We haven't done Bude yet, have we?
No.
So that
No.
might be an area to go to. And right down west as well, sort of Penzance,
yeah,
beyond down to Land's End, Pendine area maybe.
We have got
we've
got a fantastic list provided by one of our subscribers that we may have to just delve into.
Thank you, Torrin.
Yeah. So watch this space. Who knows where we'll end up? And the homemade walks. You're responsible for that.
Sorry about that.
I think they're brilliant. What made you think about doing them then?
Well, you pick up a walk book on Cornwall, and quite often you find similar walks all the time in there.
Duplicates.
Yeah, and I've been to places before which aren't in any walk book, and you think there's fantastic walks, and I just wanted to show people that they could still do different walks if they wanted to.
This has to be one of my favourite spots in Cornwall. It is just so beautiful. The water, aquamarine, little beach down there with water breaking and gently onto it. It's just, I don't know, there's something special about it. And on a warm July day, I don't think you can beat it really.
Sarah, you got plans for 2020?
Yes! We have an ambition for 2020.
What's that, Sarah?
Trying to visit the Isles of Scilly. I don't know if we're a bit mad trying to do that, but because it's so busy really and it's quite expensive, so we're trying to do it, aren't we? Because it would be on the wish list, but oh, I don't know, what do you think?
I do know one thing. If we go to the Isles of Scilly, we can't call it the Silly Isles because they get funny about that.
No, you've got to say the Isles of Scilly.
I'll say the Isles of Scilly. Do you think they'll let me in?
I don't know if they'll let you out.
So what would I like to do for 2020?
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Big
Keep it a secret. But I'm thinking of sneaking into Devon.
What for?
Well, it's the Mayflower 400 next year.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually. So the 400-year anniversary of the Mayflower leaving Plymouth, we intend to cover a bit of that, go up towards Plymouth Hoe, have a good look around. Might even get a stay in Devon.
Pushing her luck.
We'd have to do cream first. Oh, I can't do that.
We've been honoured. We've had a poem sent to us.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Gorgeous poems. I'm going to read it out. This is from Harvey and Susan, and they're from Derbyshire. They enjoy our videos, and we've inspired them so much that Harvey's penned a poem for us. So here we go. Cornish Walking Trails, a YouTube channel with Sarah and Andrew showing you around. Their aim to present to you Cornish beauty with history as they walk, both feet upon the ground. Sarah starts with a little intro, as most professionals do, then shows you the map that they are using, otherwise we might not have a clue. So off we go on our merry little way, pointing out pathway information as well as views across the bay. The walks can take in film locations for Poldark and Doc Martin. Fictitious Port Wen where the dock can't stand blood. Nasty. There's plenty of pubs and cafes en route. After all, Andrew likes his cream teas and Cornish pasties. We've had a poem, Sarah, we're honoured.
Oh, it's lovely. It's very entertaining and it captures everything about our channel. It's brilliant.
It's beautiful, so
thank you.
Thank you, Harvey, and thank you, Susan. Brilliant. Sarah, next year when we ask our lovely subscribers to send us loads of questions for a Q&A video, can we film it in the middle of the summer when it's warmer?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, then I won't have to wear a silly hat and my silly gloves.
Oh, it's been some cold, isn't it?
Freezing. Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for your questions. It's been a blast.
Hopefully we got round to most of them. If there's any that we've left out, it's probably because they might be the same as we had last year. So just check out last year's year in review and you might find the answer in there.
Yeah, but wish you a happy new year and we look forward to seeing you again in 2020 with more walks from Cornwall.
Bye!
Bye! So if you enjoy watching us on YouTube, you can also find out what we've been up to by following us on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, and consider supporting us on Patreon as well, because your financial help helps us make these videos.